A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel, the Twinflame Union. The title of this channeling session is Together Forever. Together Forever. Together Forever is also the title of one of the stories in the book In the Name of Love. And I got that story in a paranormal experience actually, via someone who had passed over. So obviously that time I was very much excited also because I knew that what I had experienced was tangible. Now, not right now, but after some time in this channeling, I will share with you what was that paranormal experience. Some of these experiences that happened to me in this twin flame journey also make me understand one thing that all of you divine feminines need to understand. Number one, true love is eternal. Why is true love eternal? It's not just some line, some statement. Because true love comes from that part of you which is called the soul. And the soul is eternal. That's why true love is eternal. Your soul can experience true love, but your body, in its just a body, it cannot. In fact, once the soul leaves the body is nothing but just something that is either burned or buried. Basically, it has to be discarded as soon as possible. That's the energy, that's the power of soul, that's the power of true love. So, let's get into this channeling session because this channeling session is going to talk about how exactly the masculine and feminine are together forever. For personal readings, guidance on dream interpretation, counseling and therapies, please go through the description box first. And once you are sure, then please write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. When it comes to twin flame intuitive readings, I prefer not knowing anything about your journey before the reading so that we can get the best and most accurate answers during the reading. But in case of therapies, you have to share with me different facets of your life so that we can heal the wounded inner child, which then leads to a 5D union. A 3D union is impossible without a 5D union. You can also get my book In the Name of Love, which has 5 channeled twin flame stories based on the journey of finding your ultimate soulmate. The link is also shared in the description box. Connect with me on Instagram at the Sunamoon Goddess to get some fun content, and you can also check out the Sunamoon vlogs to get interesting content that supports Ascension lifestyle. And yes, Ascension is a lifestyle. In this channeling session, the idea is to uplift the divine feminines, to make them feel that they are walking on the right path, if they are walking on the right path. If they are not walking on the right path, then obviously I cannot do much about it. But if they are, then definitely. And what is the right path? The right path is to use their logic also. Logic and emotion. A combination of logic and emotion is required to be on the right path. It's not just about being Miss Goody Two Shoes, because this planet Earth, the illusion of planet Earth is such, and the people on planet Earth are such. Not everyone is an angel over here. Not everyone is a good person. Not everyone deserves your kindness and love. But at the same time, there are some really loving and kind people. But what happens because of wrong programming, because of bad programming, because of abuse in the childhood, because of neglect, because of very controlling type of love, different types of things are shared with the feminines, and it is used as, it is told that it is love, but it is not love, right? It is obviously not love. Otherwise, you would not have to do all this inner work that you're doing right now. And some of these horrible practices were passed down from generations upon generations upon generation. and they were stored in the DNA and passed it on through the mother's womb. And then obviously the programming, the timeline, the place you were born in, and when I say place, I mean energy. Because you could be born in a really fancy part of the world and yet be treated as if you are born in some kind of a very backward area. And for those who are very lucky, they could be born in a very backward area, but the upbringing is so great that the child only gets true love and instantly gets to connect with the masters and can awaken the spiritual side. So what have the reptilians, extraterrestrial, done on planet Earth is they obviously don't want two lovers to be together. Your twin flame or your divine masculine, your true love, as in the final person that you are supposed to be with as in a gender situation. Because please understand that soul has no gender. That's why angelic beings also have no gender. They are neither man, they are not woman. They are not even transgender, because even transgenders have a gender which is transgender, right? So there is no gender concept when it comes to being a soul. And that's the reason why then you can feel one love. As a soul only you can feel one love. As an identity you cannot feel anything, any love. As an identity all you can feel is a thirst to fulfill desires, constantly trying to fulfill desires. And desires are also illusions, and desires are created by satanic forces or dark forces or asuras. That's basically in Hindi what we call asura. In the Western world it's called Satan or evil or whatever. There are different names in different cultures. Like in India we use the word nirvana. Nirvan basically is the actual word, but in the Western world it has been translated or changed into nirvana. So they use this term nirvanas for people who are basically devs. Okay, so in the ascension journey most of the people, they are star seeds because they are born over here with a certain purpose. They are not here for time pass, but they cannot be treated as superior or inferior because in this type of work, there is no concept of superiority and inferiority. So in order to be equal with other people in the human lifestyle, and also God wants to be fair to everyone. Even to asuras, they want to be fair, because tomorrow the asuras can say, oh, these gods and goddesses or these ascensioners or these twin flamers or light workers or star seeds, they already had all these powers and they were coming from this higher galaxy, or they were coming from a state of pure love. So you know what, we are not on the same page, so how can we win from them? We are supposed to fail any which way, right? They can say that. Every single person on the twin flame journey is meant to find true love over here. If you are a genuine twin flamer, now I understand, because this concept is getting popular, everybody is now thinking they are with a twin flame. Many people have started thinking we are a twin flame couple, we are a twin flame couple. Even in a very regular relationship, they start thinking it's a twin flame relationship, and they could be in a very karmic relationship. So they don't have any clue about what twin flames actually go through. Which is okay if they want to use it as a label, like at one time soulmates was very popular. That's fine. We don't have a problem with that. Like anyone, it's not a copyright, it's not a monopoly of few people, like one person. Still, there is an understanding, there has to be an understanding of the twin flame journey, because twin flame journey is not an easy journey. Many people actually who, as I said, they think they are twin flames. When they read about twin flame journey, when they find out about twin flame journey, they go like, oh no, I'd rather stay away from twin flames. I don't want to even know about twin flame, because what is this twin flame? It sounds so horrible and so scary. So, in fact, a lot of twin flamers also, when they get into the journey, they normally find out first. They research about this journey because they are going through very strange type of experiences, very intense energies. They cannot explain what is it that they are, going through. But they also like to research about it because they also have this resonance towards the word called or the phrase called true love. It seems as if ever since they are born, ever since they came here, they are only searching for true love. But they really don't know what true love is. So whatever people tell them, whatever their adults are saying, or whatever they hear in school, college, newspaper, magazine, bit by bit they learn about it, obviously. And that's how you ascend. You don't ascend until and unless you have not descended. So first they have to descend onto planet Earth. And as I said, the asuras also, everyone has to be fair. In fact, all godly energies like to be fair. So that tomorrow the asuras cannot get up and say, you had an added advantage. So they agree to come on planet Earth, and they agree that we will lose all our memory at a certain age, which could be 2, 3, 4, but it has to be before 7. So from 0 to 7 is the time they can retain their memory, but the memory starts diminishing by age. Like when they are 0, 1, 2, they would remember everything. And that's why a lot of twin flamer, when they were kids, the parents would go really, they would get bizarre shocks just by listening to those kids, the things they would say, or the behavior would be very different from other children. Or even if they have more children, like more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they always would know that this kid is slightly different. But they would see that different as something strange or weird, not as something positive, because they haven't handled or they haven't witnessed this type of wisdom coming from a child, or this type of detachment coming from a child. Most twin flamers were very detached as children. They were not detached because they were, obviously as a child you can't act out half of the things. They would just say certain phrases, certain terms, or their lifestyles. They would just not comply with many of the things that were prevalent in the society. And even this is a reason their rebellious nature would be seen as something bad, like misbehavior or misconduct. So the parents would start reprimanding them, or they would start punishing them, or they could be put on drugs, or they could be put on some weird treatment, some kind of, they would be told that your child has some attention disorder or this disorder. And now that will start shutting the child off completely. The child would not be able to trust the adults, or the child would keep looking for someone they could, relate with, connect with, and obviously it's not easy for them to find those type of people. And if by chance during this time, if the child goes through abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, any kind of abuse, the child would not be able to speak with the parents or with the elders, because the child as it is does not trust them. And even if the child would tell them, they would not do anything, and it would make it worse. Later on in the healing time, in the ascension years, or most of these children who have turned into adults, they actually do hope that when they come out, or when they not come out just as for their sexuality, but in general, coming out that I was abused. And when they would tell their family members that I was abused by so and so person, or I was abused in my childhood, or they would not really care about it. And that would make them feel 100% sure that these people can never understand me, these people can never help me out. So because it takes a lot of courage for a person to actually walk up to their people, all of them, and tell them that, look, I went through this in my childhood, it was very painful. And if they would say, okay, really? Oh, why didn't you tell it at that time? Why didn't you tell us when you were young or when you were a child? Or they don't take any action, or they don't even hug them, or they don't even kiss them, or they don't even tell them that, oh my God, really you went through this and you're sharing it with me? It's so brave of you that you're finally sharing it. Oh my God. Now it's been many years. Maybe the abuser is already dead, or maybe, as an adult, you don't even want to do anything to the abuser. You just want to be I don't want to talk to the abuser. It would be really nice, if the abuser doesn't come to visit us, if the abuser is still doing that, for example. But the family members would actually treat the child who's now an adult as if they have done something wrong. As if it's them, by getting abused, they are the ones who are at fault. So all of these things happen, and the child who's now an adult begins to understand that how can these people know about true love when they cannot even understand, or forget about understand, they cannot even show me some appreciation and support after so many years also. So these are the things, small things like that. They're actually quite big things, because the other people would make them feel like it's really small and all. But abuse is happening to many children on this planet right now, and that is a very sad part. Like, I have personally heard from people, like if 8 out of 10 people who are in Ascension, at least 8 of them have gone through some or the other degree of sexual abuse. And sexual abuse is the worst form of abuse, because the evil entities, the demonic beings, they actually take energy from little children by sexually abusing them, because that is the worst form of paranoia, fear. The child is so tortured that they live their whole life in fear, and then they keep giving their sexual energy, even when they grow up, even if it's out of consent. They keep sharing it with the wrong people who never love them, who only objectify them, who only are using them for their body. It's complete pure lust. No relationship is without lust. When they grow up, this is what they go through. So this is a really bad part, and they really suffer a lot because of this. And each time they think that this is the person I'm going to be with forever, but sadly it is not true. So this concept of together forever is also being instilled into people's mind by the extraterrestrial who are reptilians, ETs, who are basically ruling planet Earth right now. Because as I said, they do not want you to find your true love, and they do not want you to be together forever with the concept of true love. They just do not, because if you're going to find it out, you're going to help in the Earth's ascension. And they do not want Earth to ascend, or the asuras or the reptilians, they do not want the power to go into the hands of the nirvanas or the devtas. Why? Because any which way it has to happen. It is how the ages are designed. In descending ages, the asuras, the reptilians become powerful. In the ascending ages, they lose all of their strength and they lose everything. That's how it happens. That's the sound of conch shell. Shankhnad it's called. He's gonna do it 3 times, I think. One more time. Oh, he didn't do it. Okay. So perfect timing for the conch shell, because it is said that before every war, even Lord Sri Krishna used to play the conch shell, and he would always be victorious. So I was literally talking about this thing, that the dark entities would lose their energies now. So any which way, they do know that they are going to lose their energy, but they don't want to give up so easily. In some or the other form, they will still be active, and that's the reason why they are supposed to live in Patal Lok, which is the underground. And a lot of reptilians, extraterrestrials have actually started moving to underground cities that they have been building for a really long time. Now, these are the things, the information that I'm sharing with you. I mean, I try to be as honest as I can be, because I don't really care about who's gonna say what, but these are the studies that I've been doing since childhood. Though they call our Sanatan Dharam or our epics as mythology, because they want people to think that it's all myth, it's not real. But mythology is normally not myth. A lot of Greek mythology, if you check out the stories of Greek mythology, even those stories are very much similar to what we hear in Indian mythology. Whether it was America or whether it was any other country, Indians were living everywhere. That is the reason why the Native Americans were actually called Red Indians, Red because the skin used to become red in the sun because they were fair, and also because many of the places where they used to live in had initially had a lot of snowfall or icy cold regions. So initially they had that type of skin texture. Our skin, our bodies, they're all adaptable and they all adapt to the weather conditions. Like when I was living near the lake, I lived there for about few months when I was practicing in solitude, and I did not want to be disturbed by anyone, because most of the times I was doing silent meditation, which means you don't talk to people. So you already have everything fixed, like your food and everything is already, the menu is set, and you just live in one very serene place. You don't talk to people, you just live in your own world, and you meditate and you just try to learn as much focused attention. Like the whole day, your only job is to watch your emotions and be very nonchalant towards them, not be reactive at all. So that is a type of meditation I was doing. And because I was living next to the lake, and most of the times I was swimming in the lake, and the sun used to be hot, it was tropical sun. So my skin, I turned totally brown, and I'm not even saying light brown, because we Indians have that goldenish, lightish brown color any which way. I was completely brown, and I was very amazed with it because it was really suiting my personality. I had never seen myself in that kind of complexion. But when I came back to Delhi, after my practice time, I started turning normal again, like normal as in the color which I used to have earlier. So during those days, I was doing a lot of sun gazing, and I recommend sun gazing to all of you divine feminines and twin flamers. Please do sun gazing every morning, especially during sunrise. It gives a lot of energy, lot of power. Really, it's very good for your third eye chakra. And in this journey, third eye chakra, the more it is developed, the more intuitive you will become. And third eye chakra is directly connected to your solar plexus, which is your Manipura chakra, which is your third chakra from the bottom. And it is also the house of confidence. And what do the divine feminines lack? They lack the confidence, they lack the self-worth. So it's very important to revive the energies of your third chakra. The sound of the third chakra is Ram, or you can say Ram. And the more you chant this sound, the more effects you will see. You will see big changes in your life, like huge changes. I can say this from my personal experience, by the way. I've tried all types of meditation techniques, whatever you can think of, I have done that. But actually I started seeing great changes, and a lot of benefits started coming to me when I started chanting the sound of the solar plexus. So now about Together Forever, this channeling's energy is such that we want the twin flamers, especially the divine feminines. If masculines are listening to it, great, because you guys, your energy is very much connected to the feminines. All the masculines are getting energy from the feminine. This is the biggest truth, and no one can deny it. This is the biggest truth. All masculines get energy from feminines. And the stronger the feminine is, the more control she has in the ascension process. Because the masculines, they are so stuck in the matrix reality, in the materialistic reality, trying to fulfill this duty, that chore, that blah blah blah, that they cannot even think that they can actually do this or this is possible. Which is why today, even when we are in the ascending times, but we are not in Treta or we are not in Golden Age, we are still in Dwapar, and this has just been 20 years into Dwapar. Now 20 years into Dwapar, in 2020 happened the year of twin flamers, and look what all has happened in the planet. A global pandemic has happened. A war is going on. Some people call it a biochemical war, some people call it a psychological war. But there is a war going on. Many people are suffering, many people are dying. So many things are happening. Why? Because this is the year of twin flames. It has impacted mostly the divine feminines. And when the divine feminines awaken, until and unless the divine feminines don't awaken and ascend, I am sorry to say the masculine will not do anything. He will just be stuck in his karmic templates. He will just be stuck in those stupid things that he has been doing for such a long time. Even though he feels so much for the divine feminine, he cannot do anything about it. And you will do nothing if you're not going to work on it, if you're not going to focus on yourself, on true love. You are going to keep delaying it, knowingly or unknowingly. So some of you would think that, the masculine has been so selfish, ultra selfish on this planet, the most selfish person I've ever met. It's actually good for you, because then, as I said in the very beginning, you have to use your logic as well. I don't know where they keep the logic when it comes to divine masculine. So the divine masculine, as I said, he needs energy. The power comes to him from the divine feminine. But what if the person who's supposed to give him power is feeling powerless? What if the person who's supposed to give him all of that shakti, that person feels that they don't have any shakti in them? Shakti means they have no energy in them to do anything. Obviously, both of them will be without power, powerless. They will be in a dark house without electricity, like how a dark house is. So even in the daytime, there will be dark night feeling, a dark night of the soul. So let's understand together forever. So what are the reptilians doing? Now we all are in like sequence, right? So you basically know the sequence, how things work. So the best time to program the mind of any soul which is in human form is childhood. Because once you program them into thinking some things, they are going to continue thinking like that forever, till the time they die, okay? Till the time they get a next body. But we don't have that much privilege, we don't have that much time. We have limited time on earth. So with the help of the masters and with the help of the lifestyle, so the reason why twin flamers, they say it's very hard, the twin flame journey, they don't understand, it's not the twin flame journey that's very hard. Their whole life has been very hard. They have chosen a life full of suffering, and this is being done on purpose. But the only problem is that before meeting or before actually getting into long-term separation with the twin flame, or even in the runner-chaser dynamic, you do not know this, that life has been so hard. It's because the twin flame journey is so hard, according to them, they feel it, because they know this person loves you and you love that person, but why is there so much gap in between? It's like a big pit, a dark pit in between these two people. How to fill this pit, how to fill this gap. They don't know any other way, so they try all the earthly ways possible, and obviously they cannot. So this love is very important, even triggering of this type of true love you feel, very intense love you feel for person is very important. So from that perspective, later on after the surrender stage, in the illumination stage, you will actually start thanking the same divine masculine you have been cursing throughout. You will actually think that, oh my God, I am so thankful to this guy for the way he treated me, and he left me. And actually, he should not come back to me. He should stay where he is. Because the feminines are feeling so happy. Now, there are, obviously, after 5D union, you do not want to go back to 3D world. You are like, what the hell will I do in 3D reality? It's all nonsense over there. There's no fun over there. All the fun is happening over here. So it's better. But I must say that if this person had not come to my life, and this person had not destroyed my peace of mind, had not broken my heart, shattered my heart into countless pieces, then I would not have had the strength to actually, the feminines get so irritated, so annoyed, so angry. So this anger is sometimes good. Sometimes when I read the comments, I don't find them bad actually. I'm actually happy that good. She is angry right now. So if she is going to be angry, only then she will do something about it. So it's all right when some people say, oh, it's nonsense. But sometimes they start abusing the channeler only. But I say, okay, fine. You want to abuse me, you can abuse me. How will that change my life? All right. If that's giving you some peace of mind and it's making you feel that you have some access to the divine masculine, all right, give me some more abuses. I don't mind. Because you are going to abuse the identity of someone, whether it's the channeler or whether it's divine masculine. Now you need to understand, why are you feeling so angry? That is the most important thing. You're feeling so angry because someone told you about this concept called together forever. Someone told you that the person who has true love with you will never leave you, will always be with you till the end of your life or even beyond this life. So my dear friends, I would recontinue this channeling in some time because I have some noisy neighbors and I think they're going to make noise for some more time. So I'll let them enjoy their lives and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And also because I have to feed some of my animal friends here. So I'm going to do that and then I'll get back to you and we will continue this channel. If you get something out of it, you're definitely, it's good for you. So I really wish and pray, and this is my intention, that the channelings help you. But this together forever concept, if you get clarity on this, then you'll really, speed up your 5D union at least. So one love and peace out.